stripes. Look at them, aren't they beautiful? He sits on the eggs and hatches them out after she loses all her bodily nourishment laying the eggs. Then she ticks off to get her strength back and do a bit of shopping at Target or something.
Okay.
And find another mate, and he looks after the eggs and brings up the heave in the rocks. These are very, not only scavengers, everybody looks at them and thinks, oh, there. You see them in the movies and they always portray them as vicious scavengers. They hunt really well on their own, but they are also the cleaners of the open areas because they eat every single part of an animal. The only thing they can't digest is the fur, but they can eat the bones, the hair, the teeth, the feet, everything. They just clean up. You never find any bones in there. You'll find them out here in the dog's area because they'll clean the meat off the bone and leave it. These guys don't. They're amazing. This is a wonderful pride. It started off with the 2 boys. We got 4 young ones when they were 11 months old, so they had to be protected from the boys until they matured, and then they were introduced slowly over a period of about 6 months before they were released together. There was a few small scuffles, and then they've settled down as a pride. We had the young ones. They were kept off limits for about 3 months or more. Then they were slowly introduced to the girls, then introduced to the boys, and there's been no trouble whatsoever. It's absolutely wonderful.
Ready to go.
Now the second and third lions are the cubs.
The boys are up too. The boys are up.
Yeah, well, the food's on its way, so the one coming out towards the road is that's Levi. The one at the back is Leroy. They had those names when we got them, so we couldn't give them African names. Have a look at the size of those paws. Look at the front feet. They twist their feet as they walk. They're about the size of a dinner plate. That's to go away.
That's the bell. I didn't realise.
What does that mean?
Hear the bell?
That's a dinner bell.
They go in for it to a bell. They know when the bell rings that they'll get something to eat. Even if it's only a tidbit, they'll get something to eat. These guys are fed 5 out of 7 nights.
Look,
they don't know which nights are starved nights. Alright, they're still against the fence. They don't know which nights are starved nights, so they'll go in every night, but they'll always get a tidbit. Even if it's only a chunk of kangaroo meat, they'll still get something for coming in. So they know that if they go into their night quarters, they'll get fed. Look at that beautiful boy. Just a slow gait. Imagine that coming up behind you. It's scary to think.
You hear that bird, can't you?
Yeah, that's a masked lapwing.
Is it under the bus?
There must be a nest nearby. It's just letting you know that you're getting a bit close.
We have a nest in here. Yeah, it's the safest way. No predators.
There's only about 20,000 lions left in Africa, and there's only about 200 in India, in the Gir forest in the northern part of India. So these animals are actually in trouble. 20,000 sounds a lot, but when they're spread over a fairly big area, there's not a lot of diversity there. Aren't they beautiful? He has to go in. He goes in first. This guy comes in second.
He didn't look both ways when he crossed the road.
Well, you don't very often see him run. He usually looks at the bus because he gives it a worried look. I love him on his face. I usually tell people the fellow in front would eat you straight away. The fellow at the back would lick you a lot first and then eat. He's a lot more considerate.
Yeah, like salt.
Makes you linger. Yes. The girls, you wouldn't have a hope.
No.
If you got out the bus, I think there's nothing we'd be able to do. They are really quick. And they're in beautiful condition. Have a look at them coming across. They're slim. There's no fat on their bodies. Their muscle is defined beautifully. And the kids, look at the kids playing. They get their mane at about 2. You'll see obviously some development over those 2 years, and by about 2.5, they've got their full mane. This is the Adelaide Zoo girl coming at the back. She's more golden in colour than the other girls. Don't know why. Might be just genetics. 2 of those others are sisters, and the other one's a half-sister, I reckon.
Which one's the mother of the others?
One of the New Zealand girls, don't know which one. I'm not able to tell them apart because they all look the same except for her colour. But in a while back we had one girl had a caesarean section, and the cubs were not alive for very long because she couldn't give birth naturally. Obviously, they'd been too long trying to be born, so we lost the whole 4. And for a while, you could tell which one it was because she had a square patch on the side where they'd shaved her hair, but that didn't stay there for long. Even the girl that's had the cubs is just streamlined, beautiful condition. And what they do is they get the people to come around, they'll give them some meat out of the basket, there's trapdoors there, they'll let the boys in and the boys know where to go to get fed. Levi goes up to the top where those people are, Leroy's closer to the side here, and they'll be impatient. If you don't drop their food in straight away, they start attacking the fence. And if you're standing outside, it is scary. Now see, Levi's got to go in first and he'll cuff the other bloke if he tries to go through the gate before him. They'll close that, then they'll open the sliding gate that's up there. That's just in case some of the girls get in by accident and they don't end up in the boys' night quarters. There's several gates all along that raceway so that they can section it off to weigh the boys if they need to, or inspect a part of their body that might have been opened with a cut during the day. See the agitation in his walk?
Yeah.
Come on, open the gate, I want my tea. She's got a chunk of meat, the girl this side's got a chunk of meat and she's standing back. I tell you, when you hear them crunch the meat, it's really nerve-wracking. Look, mine's up there. Let it in, see? Whack the fence. Give me my tea. And it's scary because you think he's going to attack your fingers while you put it in. You can put the lines away like those people. I think it's $75. I'm not 100% sure, but it's around that price. You have to be, I think you have to be 12 to do this one. You've got to be about 16 to do the cheetah. And it is awesome. I was lucky enough that when I bought this for my brother on his birthday, there was nobody else for the night, and the keeper said, come on, you can come too. Well, you think I didn't race to the vehicle. And they come, sometimes when they get inside, if you're standing by the fence, they whip around and rush at the fence. Oh, you automatically step backwards because you're sure they're going to come at you. They usually put the food out for the girls so that they don't fight, and the girls all run to a piece of meat and eat it. But the boys will eventually get to the point where they'll be the ones that want to be fed first because they'll exert their male rights. There's one young one. He's trying to get particular ones in. I reckon it's that one he wants in. Yes. And then the one coming in now. So he's seen his brother go in, he wants to, but he doesn't want to get the girl in with him. Yep, there you go. Got the cubs in. Feed the cubs so that they don't have to compete with anyone for their food. Lock them off in their own area, and then the girls will go in. With the lions, because they carry a virus that's not dangerous to them, but dangerous to our other cats, when you go into those night quarters, if you go in there, you've got to dip your feet. You've got to dip your feet in a solution when you come out so that you don't carry any of the disease with you. As we go out through the gates, we'll go through a wheel wash to wash any off our wheels because it's in their mucus and their droppings. If they've got it, so we just want to be doubly sure because this bus goes through the cheetah habitat and we don't want to be taking any viruses into the cheetah area. Anyone want to get out and see what they do?
You do, don't you?
Volunteers? Volunteers?
You have to ring the bell.
See how slender they are? Aren't they in beautiful condition? Why would you want them in a 3-foot cage where they pace back and forward all day?
Yeah.
Society's really come a long way now, thinking that, you know, you give these animals what they need rather